All right, let's talk about AI. It feels like right now, we're watching it grow up in real time on so many different fronts at once. It's shifting from being, a collection of cool experiments and novelties into tools that are becoming absolutely essential for how we work.
So that kind of brings us to the big question for today. How does an AI idea actually make that jump? How does it go from a, that's neat, to a, how did I ever live without this? We're going to trace that exact journey, starting with one tiny feature for a user and then zooming all the way out to these massive billion-dollar shifts in the industry. It's going to be a fun ride.
Okay, so let's start at the ground level, the place we all understand, the user interface. Because you know what? Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs start by just fixing a really common, really annoying problem. And in this case, we're talking about a much-needed update to ChatGPT.
If you've ever tried to use ChatGPT to brainstorm or map out a project, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your chat just becomes this one endless, messy thread. Well, the fix is something called branching conversations. So instead of that single long scroll, you can now split off your chat at any point to go down a different rabbit hole, explore a totally new idea, all without messing up your original train of thought. Simple, but brilliant.
And listen, this wasn't some random idea they had in the lab. This was a direct response to something users have been asking for, well, forever. Like tech influencer Makai Wigley said, people have wanted this since the original ChatGPT came out. It's the perfect example of just listening to your users to make the tool genuinely more powerful for things like strategy and just coming up with ideas.
But here's the thing. This is way more than just a little UI tweak. It's a huge clue about where AI is headed. Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, has been pretty open that future models, think GPT-6 or beyond, are going to be all about memory and giving you, the user, way more control over context. This branching feature, it's a small but very, very real step in that exact direction.
Okay, so having a better tool is one thing. That's piece number one of the puzzle. But the next big stage in AI's evolution, it's not just about the tool itself. It's about what people are actually building with that tool, and maybe more importantly, how we even measure if those things are successful.
And the scale we're talking about here is just mind-blowing. Take a platform called Lovable. It's a space for what they call agentic coding, basically letting people build their own AI apps. Well, their CEO just shared that in the last 2 months alone, apps built by their users got over 100 million visits. I mean, come on! That's not just people tinkering. That's massive, massive engagement with actual products. And this scale is leading to this really interesting pivot from the company itself. They've changed how they measure their own success. It used to be just about their revenue, but now their main goal, their key metric, is tied directly to how much traffic their users' products are getting. The thinking is pretty simple, right? If the people using our platform are winning, then we're winning.
So why does this matter? Because this change in how success is measured is a huge signal that the entire industry is growing up. We are officially moving out of that initial novelty phase. We're just building an AI app was cool enough. Now we're in an era where the whole game is about building real, genuinely useful things that people actually want to come back to and use over and over again.
Okay, so that's what's happening on the surface, at the app level. But what's changing down below? Let's zoom out again, because under all the slick user interfaces and the cool apps, you've got the foundational technology, the core AI models themselves. And honestly, some of the most critical work happening right now is pretty much invisible to us. It's all about making these models smaller, faster, and able to run right on the device in your pocket.
And to really get this, we have to quickly talk about something called an embedding model. Now, this is not like a chatbot that writes you a poem. These models are specialists. They are purpose-built for things like AI-powered search, for retrieving information, and for basically understanding the relationships between different ideas. They're the secret sauce behind any really smart search function.
And this is exactly where Google's new breakthrough, embedding Gemma, just blew everyone away. It manages to pack top-tier, state-of-the-art performance into a package that is shockingly small. We're talking under 500 million parameters, yet it performs on par with models that are nearly twice its size. It's so good it even got an impressive shout-out from Elon Musk.
So what? Why should you care? Well, because getting these powerful models to run directly on your phone without needing the cloud unlocks a whole new world of possibilities. We're talking about incredibly smart search built right into your phone's operating system. It means better information retrieval for other AI tools. That's a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. And it means you can use powerful AI for sensitive data, because nothing ever has to leave your device. This is how your phone gets its next massive upgrade.
And that brings us to our final, widest view of all, the entire ecosystem. Because when you have all this new tech bubbling up, it creates a massive shakeup. And right now, that's leading to some really high-stakes business deals that are going to shape how all of us access AI for years to come. And believe it or not, the humble web browser is right in the middle of this new battleground.
And when I say high stakes, I mean it. Check this out. The enterprise software giant Atlassian, the company that makes Jira and Trello, just shelled out $610 million to buy a company that makes an AI-native browser called Dia. A price tag like that tells you one thing. This isn't just about adding a new feature. This is a massive, strategic bet on the entire future of work.
What Atlassian is betting on here is a really fundamental shift in what a browser is even for. I mean, think about it. For decades, browsers like Chrome or Edge were built for, well, everyone. Their goal was general access to the web. But these new AI-native browsers like Dia, they're being designed from the ground up for a very specific audience, the world's 1 billion knowledge workers. Their primary goal isn't just surfing the web. It's creating a better tool for AI-powered work.
And this quote from Josh Miller, the CEO of the company that just got acquired, it just perfectly captures the wild urgency of this moment. He says the winners of the next generation of business are going to be built in the next 12 to 24 months. He believes we are in this incredibly critical, narrow window where the foundational platforms for the next decade are being decided right now.
Which really leaves us with this one final thought. From a tiny little UI tweak in ChatGPT all the way to a $600 million acquisition of a browser company, every single layer of the AI stack is in motion. We're not just watching new products get built. We might actually be watching the foundation of the next great technological era get poured in real time. So the real question is, are the future winners already starting to pull ahead in the race?